What is going on, everybody? This is Darius from AutoFair Nissan here, and today we're going to take a quick look at this 2020 Nissan Rogue SV. Let's check it out. Starting off, I'm going to give you a quick look at the key fob here. We're going to have our alarm button, our button to open up the trunk, our unlock, lock, and remote starter. So first, I'm just going to hit this this lock button here and show you what that daytime running light looks like on here. Now, the camera might be making it look a little bit like it's flashing. It's not actually flashing in person. It's just the camera. But it's got a very nice looking front end. Right behind the Nissan logo here, you're going to have a sensor for your automatic emergency braking. So in the wintertime, especially when we have snow and salt getting everywhere, it doesn't hurt to just give that a little wipe off just to make sure that those systems stay in place. Same thing goes up there. If you see that little cutout wedge in the black, that's actually going to be for your pedestrian detection and for your intelligent forward collision warning. Same thing, but your windshield wipers do hit that. So if you were ever driving and got an alert that one of those systems is unavailable, those are usually going to be your culprits. Swing a look to the side here, get you a nice profile on the car. This car is going to be powered by a 2.5-liter four-cylinder paired to a CVT. Fuel economy, you can reasonably expect to get in the low 30s combined, as long, of course, as you're driving it in a kind of appropriate and economical way. Of course, it'll go lower if you want to, race everybody every time, every place. Now, down here, taking a look at the wheels, this does have this nice bright alloy wheel. New looking tires right here, too. Give you a little peek in there. Only 20,000 miles on this one, guys, so nice and low, especially for 2020 now, being 3 years old. So that's always a nice thing to see. Low mileage taken care of. Let's take a look around the back here. All right, I'm going to pop this open. So aside from on the key fob, you can also open this from inside, as well as from a little button right under here. That is fully powered, motorized, with an adjustable height, so you can actually make that not open quite as high. But let's give you a nice look in here, brighten that up a little bit. You can see your floor mats. You can see your first aid kit that's Velcroed right on the back of the seats there. I'm just going to lean in and grab that so you can see. So that comes actually right off, and you can just toss it right back on anywhere that has this kind of carpeted material. It'll stick right onto. We do have our divide and hide cargo system here as well. So if I just reach under here, grab this panel here, should be able to, even with those floor mats on there, lift that up. So that'll actually position itself up top. This, if we just make sure that the mat is a little bit out of the way of those edges, we can actually just rotate that right down and box off that whole cargo section just so nobody can see inside, and you can keep things kind of either hidden or also prevent things from like rolling around and whatnot. Let me lower this back down. And then you can see on there that still has a little white fabric over it. But once you take that off, when you're ready to, it'll actually just Velcro right onto here and keep that kind of in place. So to lower this back down, I'm just going to slide it down there. Pops right back in. Whoop, you got to get it in position a little bit. See, sometimes without that Velcro being on, the mats kind of get out a little bit in the way. But once they're secure, they're all good. Now we'll pop this down just with a press of the button right there. I'll give you a nice side profile of the passenger side. Zoom out a little bit. Overall, cosmetically, this car looks like it's in great condition. Not seeing any big dings or scratches or anything like that. And it's a nice neutral gunmetallic color as well. You do have these door edge guards on here as well that are going to help you as far as preventing those little door dings, with the shopping carts or other cars in the parking lot, things like that. So that's on all four doors there. Let's take a look at the inside. All right, if we look into the back seat here, you're going to see there's plenty of legroom for your backseat passengers. Down there, you are going to have USB ports as well. That's a Type A and a Type C for those backseat passengers. Now, looking at the seats here, they are in their uprightmost position. I'm just going to show you on this one what you can do. So you take that little shoulder lever there, pull it up, and you can push this back, and it reclines, you can see, pretty significantly. So huge angular difference there. If we pull this again and pull it all the way down, we can also fold those seats down nice and flat to give you that extra cargo capacity if you do need it right from the trunk. But I'm going to put these back up into position here, lower that back, and you can also pull that middle section out just by pulling on that strap there right in the middle and then pulling it down with your other hand for pass-through storage, as well as 2 cup holders for those backseat passengers. Let's take a look in the front. All right, so we're in the driver's seat from the driver's perspective here. You can see everything you're looking at. On the steering wheel, you're going to have controls here for your music, for your tracks, as well as right here. All of this is going to be for that middle screen. It's called your advanced drive assist display. So right now it's on the four-wheel drive indicator to show you kind of where power's going, but you can adjust it through all sorts of adjustable settings and stuff, all your averages, trip information, fuel economy, stuff like that. So you can adjust all that right through there. Plus real-time tire pressures once you start moving, as well as you have a feature called Easy Fill Tire. So basically, if you have a low tire pressure and you're filling it up, or high tire pressure and you're letting some out, you just leave the car running and it'll honk the horn when you're at the appropriate tire pressure. So if you don't have a gauge or don't have a reliable gauge, you just leave the car running and it'll do it for you. Very convenient, especially if you're on your own. Some of like the gas stations that have the air pumps won't have a good meter, so that's a great way to do it. The car will just chirp the horn a couple of times real quick, just to let you know. So as I said as well, only 20,000 miles on this guy, so that's really good. Let's back out a little bit here, show you on the steering wheel. You also have your controls for your cruise control here, so resume, cancel, and set, and then this button turns the system on, and then you've got your controls for your phone for voice commands. If you press it, it'll do the cars. If you hold it, it'll do Siri or Google Assistant, Alexa, any of those things that are linked through an Android phone, and then this button answers and hangs up calls. Moving over here towards the screen, you do have a big touch screen here with SiriusXM built in. You also have the ability to plug in for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So that's really convenient. So you can get your navigation and your music and all that up right here on the screen in a much more familiar way. And then moving down to the climate control, it is all dual zone here, so driver and passenger can set completely separate from one another. And it actually does a great job at keeping those temperatures actually different instead of kind of muddling somewhere in the middle. Moving down a little bit, you're going to have your plug-in here. You get the USB port. That's also going to be for the CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as an aux, and then a 12-volt cigarette lighter style outlet there on the shifter. We grab the button here. I'm going to put it in reverse real quick. You can see that backup camera with your distance indicators, and your guidelines pop up once you start turning the wheel. So it tells you exactly where the car is going to go, and then it goes away when your wheel is completely straight. So you can see there, and then the orange line is gone. So I'm going to put it back into park. Move down here. You can see you get your two cup holders, and then your heated seat controls here and here for driver and passenger respectively. There's a high and a low, so if you leave that on by chance, like at night when you remote start the car, it'll start warming up the seats for you automatically. You get some extra storage in here in this nice soft leather wrapped armrest, so pop into there. There's another data transfer USB port, and then a 12-volt plug-in. Lastly, if we move up to here, just to show you a couple of things on the ceiling. If I can get a good angle on this, you got your light controls here. Turn those off. This does all of them. And then if you come down here, one of my favorite features is your sunglass holder. So pop them right in there, and that just presses up. If there's anything that I missed that you were hoping to see in this car, feel free to leave a comment. Let us know. I'm happy to answer questions in the comments, or give you a little bit of further content for that. Or if you'd like to schedule a time to see the car, take it for a drive, let us know. Like I said, I'm going to put all my contact information right in the description here for you. Feel free to do that, or go online, check us out. Come on down, see it. You're more than welcome. We're located at 45 Portsmouth Ave in Stratham, New Hampshire. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.